Mark with High Tech Legion. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Biostar A68N-5000 Mini ITX motherboard. This is a motherboard that is all-in-one. The AMD processor is built into the board. There's a heatsink, no fan. It also has the ATI Radeon HD8210 graphics integrated, the AMD A4 quad-core processor, Mini ITX, great for a home theater PC or just an everyday use PC. Stay tuned, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the motherboard, what comes inside the packaging, and then we're going to go ahead and do an extended video to show you the use of this board built into a system and actually hooked up and running, the kind of results you can expect from it, watching a Blu-ray movie with 1080p HD output, and also just your everyday computer usage, or as I said, your home theater PC. So stay tuned. So first we'll start out by taking a look at the box here. We can see the Biostar 6 Plus Experience, which is the Audio Plus, Video Plus, Speed Plus, Protection Plus, Durable Plus, and DIY Do-It-Yourself Plus. That's the 6 Plus Experience from Biostar. We can see the AMD quad-core rated at 1.5 GHz, the ATI Radeon HD8210 graphics, and the AMD A4 quad-core. We can see our HDMI here with 3D capability, 5.1 channel HD audio, our SATA 3 6 gig connectors, gigabit LAN, quad graphics that are capable of DX 11.1, and then our super speed 5 gigabits per second USB 3.0 ports. If we take a look at the back, again we touch on some of those features. We also see the over voltage protection, the overcurrent protection, and the overheat protection. The moisture-proof PCB, the ESD protection, so it protects against the electrostatic discharge. We can see the Bio Remote 2, and that is technology that transforms your mobile devices into a remote control to access and control your PC remotely. So using this board in a home theater PC would give you access to, say, be sitting on your couch and access features of the motherboard through your smart device. Here we can see our front USB and audio, SATA device, hard drive, and optical drives all along one side of the board. The 15% lower RSDs on our MOSFET design with the 8-pin MOSFET instead of just the 3-pin. So it gives cooler output, lower temperatures due to the small size, and excellent thermal conductivity. And let's go ahead and take a look at what's included inside the box. So first we can see our I/O plate here. We have two SATA cables. We have our Biostar 6 Plus disc. And then we have our quick installation guide, which looks like a booklet but actually opens up to go through all the features of the motherboard. Driver manual, clear CMOS header. Just the standard things that you would need to know about installation. And then here we have the board itself. Now we can see just from looking at the motherboard here, this is the top of the motherboard. We can see our heatsink over our processor. No fan on it because it's made to run cool. We have our two DDR3 up to 1600 megahertz memory slots with our retention clips on either side. We have our 24-pin ATX power supply connector. Along the side here we have our front panel header, a COM port. We have our two SATA 6 gig SATA 3 ports here. We have our USB headers. And then down here we have our PCI Express slot. We can see here our caps for our 5.1 HD audio. On the back here is our audio header, and then over here is our 4-pin power port for our CPU power. And our I/O panel here, we can see the PS2 keyboard and mouse connections, the HDMI connection, VGA connection, 2 USB 3.0, 2 USB 2.0, our gigabit LAN, and our 5.1 channel audio connectors. So we're going to go ahead and get this motherboard installed inside a system. I'm going to be using the Antec Mini Skeleton. It has an included very low power supply. It's a very small footprint. So we're going to go ahead and get this set up in there. We're going to get Windows installed, get some applications installed, and show you the usefulness of this motherboard as an HTPC or as an everyday computing PC to have around your house. Stay tuned. Okay, so we have our system all set up for our Biostar A68N-5000 motherboard. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the uses for this motherboard and give you an idea of what it's capable of. So here we have our web browser open. Of course, we're on the High-Tech Legion site. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of their reviews, and we'll get into the video portion of the review. We have some basic applications installed. As we can see at the bottom here, our office productivity applications. I also have CyberLink installed. I'm going to show you the playback on a Blu-ray movie. Again, this is a Samsung TV that I am using. It also can be used as a monitor, so it has built-in speakers. You see here a wireless keyboard and mouse. Something like this that was to be used as a home theater PC or an everyday use PC. A nice wireless keyboard and mouse would give you the optimization that if you were going to hook this up to your TV in your front room to use it as a home theater PC, that wireless keyboard and mouse, you could be sitting on your couch and have full control of the system. So we'll go ahead and get our video playback here.
This is George from High-Tech Legion. You know, it's actually been really nice to watch the rise of
one of George's new
in the United
reviews.
States. After seeing them for so long in Europe, you know, it's an absolutely phenomenal piece and absolutely.
And we can see our video playback is very fluid on this system. It is gigabit LAN, so it has that full capability. So we can get our streaming. It also is 3D capable, as well as our HD audio with our 5.1 audio system. Another neat feature of this motherboard is on your smart device, we have our BioRemote 2 app. That if we open this up, and you can see Windows Media Center at the top here, if we go ahead and click on Windows Media Center, now I already dialed it into the IP address of the computer. So if you use Windows Media Center for as your playback device, we can go up here. You could access your picture library, your music, any movies that you may have stored in your movie library, and again, I'm controlling this all by push button through my smartphone. So not quite a remote, but just as good. So now we can actually go into our CyberLink Power DVD 11. We'll let that load up. This is a quad-core AMD processor, and we'll just with the click of a button bring back Windows Media Center up. And you can see our controls in here. We have play, pause, stop, and also our volume controls. So now we'll go into CyberLink Power DVD 11, and we can see our volume right here on the screen that we can control right from our remote. So if you, or from our smart device, if you left your main volume control at maximum, you could come in here and just control your volume up and down. Also mute the volume, skip, play, pause, etc. And then you can also escape, go full screen. So while we're letting the movie load up here, we'll talk a little bit about the 6 Plus experience. We're going to go into the BIOS, the UEFI BIOS. The DIY Plus is the features of the BIOS. Again, we talked about our Audio Plus, which is our 5.1 channel audio. I have connected to this TV, I have it connected with an HDMI cable, so our high definition video and audio is coming through one cable. So now it comes up on screen, resume playback, enter, and it's going to go right back to a portion that I had pulled this up. And we can see our 1080p video playback. very fluid. The colors are very vivid on the screen. Again, I'm not sure how strong that'll come out in our video here, but it's a very realistic playback. So it is the full 1080p. And let's go ahead and hit our escape on our smart device and escape out of that. We'll get back into the rest of the 6 Plus experience, which is our Speed Plus, and that is some of the applications that are included. We have a temperature monitor application, our Smart Speed for our LAN, our Protection Plus, which is the moisture proof PCB, the ESD protection, our Durable Plus, which is our low power on our MOSFETs. And again, I have this running here in the Antec Mini Skeleton. It's a 185 watt power supply. The system's running fine. I have Windows 7 installed. I have one SSD drive. If we look at our computer statistics here, I have 16 gig of memory installed, and we can see our AMD A4 5000 APU with Radeon HD graphics running at 1.5 gigahertz. I have my Blu-ray device installed, so more than fully capable, but the system does run very cool. If we look at our temperature monitoring here, and this is again a piece of software included with the Biostar motherboard. Let's see if we can zoom in a little on that. You can see those figures. Our current CPU temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. Current system temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. So the system does run very cool. It's very efficient. Our Smart Speed LAN utilities, again, just a bunch of the different features of the motherboard itself. When you install the app on driver disk that is included with the motherboard, it gives us the option to install the server software. Once that's installed and running, as we can see in the bottom corner here, it tells us our IP address. When you install the app on your smart device, it asks you for the IP address for the initial installation, and then you're all set. You can control everything right from your smart device. Also on the driver disk is the rest of our driver installation that we will need for our motherboard. If we click on the driver tab here, it's going to go ahead and scan. We see our ATI chipset driver, our Realtek network chip driver, our Realtek HD audio driver, and then the ATI SATA 6 configuration. So again, that is running the Realtek ALC662 audio chipset, and it is running the Realtek RTL8111G LAN chip, which is fully capable 10, 100, 1000 megabits per second, and the AMD Radeon HD 8330 graphics. It is capable of up to 16 gig of DDR3 memory, up to 1600 megahertz, two 240 pin slots on the motherboard. And if we look at the software tab here, we can see the BIOS screen utility, eHotline utility, Smart Speed LAN utility, BIOS update utility. It includes Internet Security Boulevard for free for 90 days. The temperature monitor utility, which I already showed you that there. There's a multimedia software suite that's included. And there's also the Bio Remote 2 utility, which if we look at that, I already do have that installed. But we'll pull it up here and we would install the server utility here. And then you can actually scan with your smart device your little QR code there and pull up the Play Store or the App Store to install the smartphone app on your smart device. There's also the manual that's included in the software disk here, and we'll go ahead and exit that. Again, we can see internet browsing, Microsoft Office here, so great utility for any of your Microsoft Office suite. Great to go online and game with. Browse your favorite internet sites. Again, if we go on to a site like Facebook and you want to play your online games, we have the full capability to do that. We can go into, let's just pick the first one in our list here, and we'll load up games to take a look at here, our flash games. So we can see that it's more than capable for running small games like this. For your online, all your online tasks, all your word processing tasks, full 1080p video output, very capable system. We'll go ahead and exit these applications, and we'll go ahead and take a quick look into the UEFI BIOS. It's pretty straightforward. It does allow you to set your memory configuration. We do have our full screen logo set here, so when it comes up we won't see all our loading information. We'll see our full screen logo. We can turn that on or off. So we can see our BIOS features here. On the left it shows our CPU speed and voltage, our memory speed and voltage. If we had a fan plugged into the fan header, our fan speed, and also our temperature. We can go through and set our PCI settings, our CPU settings, SATA configuration, USB, super fan control, also our hardware monitor, network information, our south bridge and north bridge, configurations for our audio, for our internal graphics, for any onboard devices like our LAN or our PCI-E options. We have our hard drive boot priority options, and you can of course set your administrator user passwords, and then also go in here, you can change your CPU settings again, your over voltage configuration, your DRAM timing, your other memory configurations, save changes and exit. We can see our boot devices, restore defaults, and that goes through basically all of our BIOS settings pretty quickly. We have our C states and things like that in our CPU settings here, and we can go ahead and save and exit, and we see our full screen logo that shows up for the Biostar A68N-5000 motherboard. The system boots very nicely, again with the SSD drive installed, 16 gig of RAM. It is very capable for an integrated CPU all-in-one motherboard, especially at the price point that it's being offered. Stay tuned for our final conclusion. Thank you for watching our video overview and review of the Biostar A68N-5000 all-in-one motherboard. Clearly we can see that this board is very capable with the integrated quad-core AMD processor and the ATI HD graphics. Fully capable as an HTPC for all your 1080p video output needs, also as a normal use computer, word processing, going online, your streaming video, your games. So we can clearly see the purpose of this board being all-in-one, integrated, the feature set. There are a couple of things that I would have liked to see, but you can see those in my impressions and the full review at the hightechlegion.com website. Because of that, this board is going to get the Gold Award from High Tech Legion. Make sure you check out the full review at our hightechlegion.com website. And click right down here to subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future video reviews. You can also find us at Twitter at twitter.com/hightechlegion, and give us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/HTL Reviews. Thanks for watching.